Yo, YouTube, this is the 28th episode of the podcast. Today I'm here with Jacob, and that's it. Um, so two-topic rundown is gonna be about the NFC West predictions, and now we'll wrap up our NFC predictions, and then we have the NBA draft lottery. At the end, we have very breaking news about the podcast. All right, Jacob, what do you think the NFC West is gonna look like next year?
So here, let me start off by saying it's probably going to be the fourth. Well, no, not the fourth best, the best division in football. I think not even just not even just the NFC. So let's get right into it. So at four, I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. I think if you look at their team, they have the weakest team, and I am not a fan of Kyler Murray because I do not think he's as skilled as people say he is. Because he had a great first 8 games last year, but was a totally different QB at the end. So that's my thought on the Cardinals. They did add J.J. Watt. However, J.J. Watt is old and always injured, so I don't think it does much really. But it definitely applies more pressure on Russell Wilson, who I'm about to talk about next. Then coming in at number three, like I just said, the Seattle Seahawks. They have their O line does not look like it will be any different, and the defense improved a bit, but not too much. So let's start off. The QB Russell Wilson performed very well. His O line performed terribly. They were giving up tons of sacks. He was getting hit way too much. It was not good. Then, if you take a look at their wide receiving core, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, two very good wide receivers. Tyler Lockett is very underrated. And DK Metcalf, on the other hand, is overhated, not overrated, overhated, because he's still very good. People just, I don't know. I think he's overhated, in my opinion. And Jamal Adams was good for his first year. So yeah, that's my thought on the Seahawks. Then at two, I have in a very close race, I have the San Francisco 49ers. So they have Trey Lance now with a very, very good defense who will be back because they were injured last year. Um, if I'm wrong, is it Nick Bosa's on the Niners, correct? What?
Yep, I was just bad. I just think about what I was supposed to say. All right, yeah. In fourth place, this is a really,
No,
really
I was asking you who Nick Bosa's on the Niners, right?
yeah.
No, okay. I was just making sure because I get confused with the brothers. I still have to finish my thing about the 49ers and the Rams. So at number two, I have the Niners because, like I said, they have a stellar defense and Raheem Mostert, who is probably the fastest running back in the league, and they have a developing wide receiver in Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuel, who is not too bad, and a very good tight end in George Kittle. So I think they're going to be very good next year, but I think it Lance has to develop some, and Ayuk as well. And then coming in at number one, I have the Los Angeles Rams. With first off, let me start off with their defense. The two best defensive players in the league, in my opinion, the best tackle and the best corner. So two best defensive players. Then we go to their offense, who's not it's not so good, but Cam Akers was a good running back last year, and he performed better than people thought he would. And then you have Robert Woods, Cooper Cup, and then they added Deshaun Jackson. Yes, they did. They added Deshaun Jackson in the offseason. And then now we go to their quarterback, who they traded for, Matthew Stafford, who was very good on the Lions, but will prove to be way better on the Rams in a way better situation. Plus, they have the best coach in the NFL. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
All right. Yeah. This is a very, very, very tough division. This is the most intense division throughout the entire year. I'm not gonna say NFC East because there's no true winner in the NFC East. But yeah, anything can happen in the NFC East except the Eagles winning. Um, Jacob, I'll stop talking. Um, yeah, but this division can go any way it can. So we'll go anyway. So this is just what I personally think was going to happen. In fourth place, I have the 49ers coming at 7-10. The reason behind that is the 49ers are coming off a very injured team. Almost all their team is injured, and they have a new quarterback. So that's just they're rebuilding, but they're not rebuilding in a bad way. They're just waiting for their team to develop. They have their team to build. They see their players to get more experience and be a lot more healthy after the injury. So they're gonna have issues with Justin Fields as not Justin Fields. Not what's his name. Shit was his name. Trey Lance. Since he's new, some people have troubles as a new season, so they need to wait for Trey Lance to become better. I'd probably give it 2-3 years, and they're winning their division easily. All right, in third place, I have the Arizona Cardinals. The reason behind that is Kyler Murray. I mean, they got J.J. Watt, but everyone thinks they're automatically Super Bowl team once they added J.J. Watt. No, J.J. Watt is old. He's old. He is not young. He's off a few injuries, and he's old. So that's obviously make their defensive line a bit better. Actually, maybe not a bit better, a lot better, because they have to obviously worry about J.J. Watt. But since they have to worry about him, they can bring less people in the secondary. So they have they have a good team. It's just that J.J. Watt's getting old. So maybe if they could have got J.J. Watt maybe 2-3 years earlier, which would have never happened because he would have been untouchable. But yeah, it's just their team's old. Not J.J. Watt's old. So it's not like you got a new J.J. Watt, which is going to improve your team dramatically. Just an old J.J. Watt, as long as he doesn't put up insane numbers, they're still going to be the third seed in the West for me. I think the NFC West. I think they're going to go 8-9. You know, no, 9-8, 9-8. All right. And the second place in the NFC West, I have the. Oh, that was the bad drum roll. I have the LA Rams. We can all agree here. Jared Goff is not nearly as good as Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is a great quarterback, just that he was on the Rams, and the Lions are trash. They're hot poop, in the words of Kenny Rogers. Yeah, they're just awful. So we really don't know how good he is. Actually, that's not true. We know how good he is. Just he hasn't had a good team to be able to help him, because he had Calvin Johnson, but Calvin Johnson was old during that time period. Their defense is insane with Jalen Ramsey, all that other Aaron Donald, and then on offense they have a bunch of help with what's his name, Jacob. Who do they have on offense? Robert Woods. Who else? On offense? Cooper Kupp. Yes. Cam Akers. Yeah, that he has so many threats on offense. That's just it's just yeah. I have them going 10-7 this year. And then for our number 1 seed by default, I have the Seattle Seahawks. All right. The reason behind that is Russell Wilson. Let's let Russ cook. Let him do what he wants. You have an overhated DK Metcalf. You have still Tyler Lockett, and you have what's the running back's name? What's their running back's name? The Seahawks running back name.
They have no running back. Their running backs are overrated and trash.
That is true. That is true. No, but their defense is, I would say, pretty good. I would say intent. As you look at the Giants, they play intense on defense. So they just have really good people who like to play defense. They're quarterbacks. No shit. No, but they just try really. No, but they just know where the play's going. They just study a lot, which is why that's the reason. They just have a lot of chemistry on defense. Is what I meant to say. They have chemistry on defense, and that's all you need. It says chemistry to know where the ball is going and all that stuff. So yeah, their defense. It's Chris Carson. My bad, Chris Carson. That's who their running back is. Just came to mind. No, yeah, that's the worst person's gonna get MVP chance or MVP thoughts until week 8, and that's just gonna go away. And it's if you go to Mahomes, Allen, Rodgers, or maybe even Tom Brady. Who knows? But yeah, that's their team. they should have this. It's gonna be an interesting division. Anything can happen this year. This is not like our most accurate prediction. I think our most accurate prediction would be the NFC North, and then the South also because because you have all of the other division. Yeah, but now our next topic is on the NBA draft lottery. Jacob, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm not gonna go down through it too much, but all I'm gonna say is the Pistons have not. Let's start off with the Pistons. They got the number one pick. Have not gotten the number one pick since 1973. Yes, they said that. I do not know that by heart. Do not take it that way. Then the Houston Rockets and the Rockets have two and the Cavs have three. Toronto has four. And this is where it gets a bit interesting. Orlando has number 5 and number 8. So I think they can get Davion Mitchell and maybe someone else. Then OKC has number 6. Golden State has they got 2 first-round picks in the lottery, the 14th pick and the 7th pick. Then we already did 8th pick is the Magic. Then 9th, the Sacramento Kings. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what they lack. I mean, they have a developing guy in Halliburton. They have Fox, who's impressive. And Marvin Bagley isn't terrible. Rashawn Holmes isn't that bad. Buddy Hield had sort of a down year. I don't know. I don't know what their problem is. I have to look into it more. Then we go to New Orleans. Now, this is the team that confuses me the most. You have 2 All-Stars and they were the 11th seed. The 11th seed. It was like just how do you have 2? Usually when you have 2 stars, you should be 9th or 8th. At the least. 11, I have the Charlotte, not I, the Charlotte Hornets have 11. So, to be honest, they don't really lack anything. It's just Gordon Hayward. It was really injuries that just hurt them. They have a developing guy in LaMelo. So, I think they're just gonna take someone who's young. San Antonio, they really just have no assets around DeMar DeRozan except for DeJounte Murray, and used to have LaMarcus Aldridge, but he's gone now. So, and then 13, the Indiana Pacers. I don't think it's going to work out with Sabonis and Turner in the starting together. So yeah, that's my thought. And then we already did Golden State, and that's the draft lottery.
All right. Um. Well, the draft lottery, the Pistons won, and you're gonna get Kate Cunningham, and then you also have a lot of good players like Jalen Suggs. Who else? A lot of other players. Like if you think
No,
about,
it has to be Cade. It has to be Cade.
yeah, no, I know Cade's going first, but Jalen Suggs, all the other players are gonna go after that.
Yes, Suggs might go like
3,
maybe something like that. Yeah.
2 or 3, yeah. I would probably think, yeah, I'd probably go, yeah.
Well, actually, no. Suggs isn't gonna go. Well, no. Suggs might. I don't know where Suggs will go. He might not Toronto. I don't know. It's hard because all the teams that Suggs could go to, they already have point guards.
And shooting guards, yeah, because they could always just play that shooting guard or put their current point guard at shooting guard. Yeah, just the Pistons. They gave away Derrick Rose. I know this is kind of off topic, but for barely nothing. Like I mean, who else? They had Jeremy Grant, but all the teams in the lottery except the Hornets and maybe the Spurs and maybe the Raptors, I don't see a future for a decently long time. So this draft is going to help them, but it's not going to launch their future. All right, guys, me and Jacob have to give an announcement. All right, Jacob, should I make the announcement or should you make the announcement?
Oh, let me do it. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. The podcast will be going on in the summer. However, I am not going to be here for 6 weeks. I'm going to be at sleepaway camp. So Henry is going to take over as the co-host. And there is also a new schedule that Henry and Led are going to start doing if you want to reveal that to them. So
All right. me and Henry have decided we're gonna start posting like 5-minute videos on one topic. It's like one topic videos, 5 minutes aiming for 5 minutes. And we're probably do that like 4 or 5 times a week, maybe, just because these videos, the NFC predictions are just like the predictions are like 15 minutes. So maybe we can like just maybe even double headers. I don't know how we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're gonna be getting out more content in the summer because there's a lot of off-season moves and there's a lot of things happening, but also at the same time, there's not like there's a lot of off-season moves, but there's not a lot of games to talk about and all that other stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
Jacob,
so
this is the last
so
time I
yeah,
see
you
with Jacob for
guys
like 6 weeks.
you guys watching this, you won't see me for until August 8th. So I
Uh,
will be
yeah,
this is my last episode for 6 weeks.
yeah,
And I'll be back to co-host once I get back. But Henry is now the co-host for now.
yeah. And Danny's probably gonna take Henry's position, but he's
Danny
not
is off. Danny is at camp right now as well, but he's coming back in 3 weeks.
3 4 weeks
So he's
maybe.
not. But I'm gone for basically the entire summer.
Yeah,
So and I just want to say, I will not have any electronics. So, like for me, just just do it for me. Just please
I,
get out the best content you can, and
I,
if you go big, I will be beyond grateful.
yeah. All right,
Thank
guys.
thank you for every. I mean, it's not this isn't over for me, but I just want to say a big thank you for these great past 2 months filming with you.
Thank you.
And I was on the first. This is I was on every episode through 1 through 28, and it kind
Yeah,
of hurts that I won't be on a lot of episodes. I won't be on the episodes in the summer.
yeah,
So to everyone, peace out. See you in August.
yeah.
Like
Also,
like you'll still have Light and Henry,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I will not be back till
Yeah.
August.
And there's gonna be a week in July where it's my birthday weekend, so you're not gonna get like 5 videos a week, probably get like 2 or 3 because my birthday's weekend here. I'm gonna have relatives here. I'm not gonna this is the week from like the week of like the 24th to like the 30th is my birthday week. And I'm not gonna disclose my actual birthday, but I have my relatives coming and all that stuff. So yeah, also to keep in mind is yeah, never mind. Oh, also guys, 77% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you want to see more content from us, subscribing. It gives us more motivation to upload. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Jacob, give your adios.
Yeah. Peace out, everyone.
All right, bye bye guys.